Hi, Jessica. This is Ed Diaz with First Cal. I wanted to send you this total cost analysis report on kind of an idea of what it looks like, especially these days with rates being at a 50-year low, in order to qualify for properties that are about the price range in your area. So I wanted to go through this with you because what I'm finding is that a lot of folks are kind of fearful of, boy, do I really qualify or not for properties? Are the rates really that low? What will it take for me to qualify for a property that I can actually afford? So I wanted to send this because, as you know, the numbers don't lie, and to put the numbers right there on a report really is kind of eye opening. So I decided that I wanted to send this to you. So here's what I did. I made an assumption that the price would be 350,000. That our client would put 5% down because with conventional financing, as long as it's a single family residence, you can purchase a property putting only 5% down. So I did three different mortgage options here, and I'll go through them one at a time if you could just follow my yellow highlighter here. So assuming a 30-year fixed, putting 5% down, the loan amount would be $332,500. With a 30-year fix with today's interest rates, now remember, interest rates change multiple times throughout even a single day. So until we're ready to lock the rate, it's not guaranteed. But I know and I feel confident that at 4.375, that's realistic for a loan amount of $332,500 today for a 30-year fixed. So the payment on that would be $1,660 a month. Plus, because we're putting less than 20% down, every lender requires what is called mortgage insurance. So in this case, it would be $180, and it'll give us a total payment of $1,840 a month. That is not including taxes and insurance. Let's say that the borrower decides that they're not going to live in this property for the very long term because in the future they're going to either want to rent it out or they might have a life event where they have children, so they want to move into something bigger, or the opposite happens where they become empty nesters and they want to scale down and buy something even smaller. Then maybe a 10-year fixed makes sense. Now, mortgages are not cookie cutter. Obviously, we have to design it around the person's needs, wants, and their capacity, and what best suits those things. So at a 10-year fixed, meaning that the mortgage is fixed for 10 years and then it adjusts for the remainder 20 years, and it adjusts every 12 months. Now keep in mind that just because it adjusts doesn't mean it can adjust to wherever the bank wants. There's a 5% cap on the rate. So that means that it cannot go higher than 5% from where it starts. So in this case, today's pricing on a 10-year fix would be 4%. So that means that this loan could never go above 9%. Keep in mind, yeah, 9% seems like a lot, but if you take the last 30 years, the average interest rate for a 30-year fixed has been 8%, believe it or not. So at 4%, our payment would be $1,587, plus you'd have to pay the mortgage insurance, which would give us a total of $1,768 a month, not including taxes and insurance. This would save us $73 in comparison to the 30-year fixed model. If we go over here to the 5-year fix, because the client decides, you know what, there's no way we're going to stay here in this property for more than 5 years. We're definitely leaving because we're relocating, or I'm getting another job, I'm getting a promotion, or we just want to leave the area after 5 years. Then maybe a 5-year fix makes sense. Now keep in mind that the average length of time that a person in the country keeps their mortgage is 5 years. Most people don't even stay in their properties for more than really 5 years these days. It's not like our grandparents used to stay in their same home for 30 years. That just doesn't happen anymore. So a 5-year fix would be at 3.5%. Notice that the interest rate is dramatically lower. The payment would be $1,493 a month, plus $180 a month for the mortgage insurance. That would give us a payment of $1,673, plus you would have to add taxes and insurance to that. That would save us $167 a month in comparison to the 30-year fixed option over here. Okay? So let's say that the savings that we're going to have in the last two options, either the 10-year fixed or the 5-year fixed, that we decided to take those savings and put it back towards paying down the mortgage and paying it faster, notice what would happen. So in the 10-year fix, we talked that that would save us $73 a month in comparison to the 30-year fix. So if we take that $73 a month that we're saving compared to the 30-year fixed and put it into the loan to pay it down, notice that we would be paying this mortgage off in 27.75 years. So essentially a little more than 2 years we would save in interest and in time to pay off this mortgage. On the 5-year fixed, if we took the $167 a month and put that towards paying down the mortgage, notice that we would pay it off in 25.17 years, which is essentially shaving off 5 years off of the mortgage. So notice that there's different ways to do things, and this is where the guidance and the education really comes into place as to what really are the big picture strategies and the big picture kind of options. So if you have any other questions, please give me a call. Hopefully this was helpful. And if you do have any questions, just give me a jingle. Have a great day.